From school children to sports stars, the lives of millions of Americans are being severely disrupted by the coronavirus pandemic.
More than 22 million Americans lost their jobs due to COVID-19. People who once thought that they were beyond the reach of poverty, now struggling.
Organizations that rely on donations to provide services to the community have been struggling.
Tensions between protesters and police reached a boiling point following the death of George Floyd.
Tonight, in city after city, calls for justice continue to fill the streets.
I'm frustrated and I'm angry and I feel powerless.
Heartbreaking time for the country that requires leadership.
Elected leaders need to speak words that unite, not divide. To move forward, Dallas needs to engage in a series of youth-led and cross-community conversations about the knee.
We are proud to be partnering with the All Stars Project and its award-winning Operation Conversation Cops and Kids program. You all have gone above and beyond in helping our officers to improve their interactions with youth.
We are first responders of human development, going into the most devastated communities to bring the highest quality after-school development programs to our young people.
Welcome to our Spring 2020 Development School for Youth graduation.
I'm thankful for being a part of this supportive community of peers, DSY staff, volunteers, and alumni. And you all have helped me evolve into a better version of myself.
I saw a lot of inequity around me, and I thought maybe I had something to offer, at a bare minimum, my time. And then I found the All Stars.
Diversity, inclusion, and social justice efforts in New York and New Jersey received a major boost in December when the New York Jets contributed $250,000 each to the All Stars Project, Innocence Project, New York Urban League, and Year Up.
We're talking about culture change. We're talking about changing hearts and minds. And that's what we have to do. And so when the Jets say, hey, we're going to be involved, I think it's both very special and it's really needed. It's the kind of, hard work we're all going to have to do if we want to really make a change.
So I'm really appreciative of all the opportunities DSY has offered me, and I'll just remember everything for the rest of my life.
It's a big moment. We wrapped up a 5-year study. This 5-year study shows what we've already known. All-Stars programs work.
All-Stars really helped me express myself in different ways, and also just helped me find my voice and realize that what I have to say is very powerful.
I stand with All-Stars, we stand with All-Stars, I stand with All-Stars, we stand with All-Stars, All-Stars. We gotta give back, All-Stars, so we can bridge the gap.
Hey, I know I'm not the only one with goosebumps over here. What a challenging yet inspiring 2 years it's been, right? Seeing those clips again reminds me of how proud I am to stand with this amazing organization, because I know we will always stand with our young people and communities. How's everyone doing? It's fantastic to have all of you, All-Stars young people, supporters, corporate champions, volunteers, and brand new friends and pets with us tonight. My name is John Rankin, and I'm the Associate Director of Performance Programs here at the All-Stars Project. I've been an All-Star for 12 years, starting as a performer on our Castillo Theater productions, becoming a volunteer, and then a member of our staff. Currently, I have the honor of leading one of the All-Stars' free performance-based youth programs, Youth on Stage, in which young people receive free training in performing arts under the direction of volunteer theater professionals. And I want to thank all of you for being here, because you and so many others are the reason that the All-Stars is thriving as we continue to support young people from some of our country's poorest communities with real opportunities to grow. These continue to be some difficult times, especially for them. And many young people still report that we are the only constant social and developmental element in their lives. So thank you for having their backs. Believe me, they feel it. So give yourselves a big round of applause. And we'll be doing a lot of this tonight, so please keep those jazz hands ready. And we want to hear from you throughout the show. Our chat is on, so please jump in and tell us where you're viewing this event from today and cheer on our performers. I know you will all join me in standing with All Stars. So, as you watch the show, please post of you, family, and friends enjoying the event on social media using the hashtag #IStandWithAllStars. And you may see your post on the screen. The All Stars uses the developmental power of performance to transform the lives of youth from poor and underserved communities in partnership with caring adults, so everyone has the opportunity to grow. In our suite of after-school development programs, young people perform on stage and in their lives. There are some key programs that have been leading the All Stars impact through the past 2 years of the pandemic. In the Developmental School for Youth, or DSY, young people aged 16 to 21 learn how to perform as professionals as they partner with business leaders in workshops on various subjects, including resume writing, networking, and public speaking. This year, we are proud to place 200 graduates of this program into paid internships at our partner companies. Development coaching is a virtual program born out of the isolation of the pandemic, giving young people an opportunity to work with caring adults and industry leaders who help guide and enhance their personal and professional development. Development coaching virtually matches youth and adults from coast to coast based on shared interests and experiences, and provides training that supports both coach and coachee to learn from each other and grow together. Operation Conversation, Cops, and Kids is an innovative police community relations model program run by the All Stars Project in partnership with the New York City Police Department and the Newark Police Department. The program uses performance, improvisation, and conversation to help inner city teenagers and police officers develop a positive relationship. Early next year, we are embarking on the next stage of this effort, leading a training of Newark Police Department trainers who will teach the Cops and Kids model to every single member of the NPD. All of our programs are provided free of cost to our young people, and all young people are invited to join, no matter their age, their grade point average, or how well they're doing. Our vision is to be on the forefront of building community by bridging racial, economic, and social divisions to develop a caring 21st century America. This is what guides our growth, and it is how we are working to restore the compassion of our country. A group of people who embody this vision are the members of the All Stars Council of Grassroots Organizers, a forum led by All Stars CEO Gabrielle Kerlander for exploring identity, poverty, justice, and other urgent issues that are challenging our country. And I'm honored to be part of this council with fellow members David Cherry, Dwayne Dixon, Jared Glenn, Kaya Harris-Thompson, Antoine Joyce, Lisa Lennon, Shade McDaniel, and Gloria Strickland. It's meaningful to me to be part of this people of color leadership body because it's one of the many tangible ways that the All Stars invests in diversity and belonging. Our meetings are rich with thought-provoking conversation that challenges and pushes each of us to grow. And I appreciate having the chance to grow my leadership performance and be caring, provocative, supportive, curious, and creative with colleagues that I admire and respect. I'm now pleased to introduce Gabrielle Kerlander, who, in addition to leading the Council of Grassroots Organizers, is a nonprofit entrepreneur, actor, and theater director. Some of the best performances of my career, both on stage and off, have come from her direction. So thank you, Gabrielle. I am proud to work with and learn from you. So please give a warm All Stars welcome to the CEO of the All Stars Project, Gabrielle Kerlander.
Thank you, John, and a special thank you to the extraordinary Council of Grassroots Organizers who are leading every day with boldness, innovation, and a fierce humanity. Welcome to all of you in the All Stars community. It's wonderful to be celebrating the young people, volunteers, and partners in after-school business and philanthropy who are standing with All Stars. You know, there's an old saying that goes, good things come in threes. And tonight, I want to report on 3 developments, actually 3 phone calls with good news that tell a story about the growth and impact of the All-Stars. The first phone call came from Dr. Annie Wright, lead researcher at Southern Methodist University's Center on Research and Evaluation. She rang to let me know that the 5-year evaluation that her SMU Center conducted of the All-Stars project was complete. Here's what she told me. She said, "We've done a rigorous assessment of the All-Stars, and we now know how to measure development. We've used those metrics to measure the impact of such development on young people in your DSY program, and the impact is big." Well, to tell you the truth, I already knew this, mostly because our stakeholders have been telling us this for years. But sometimes even those things you know to be true need to be scientifically proven. So we are thrilled now to have a groundbreaking study that proves that development exists and that our young people grow in our programs. This means we can share, scale, and influence within the field of after-school development as never before. The second phone call came from Jenny Zach, All-Stars Vice President of Development. Jenny called to say that Viacom CBS, one of our longtime corporate partners, was expanding their diversity and inclusion efforts by creating a year-long apprenticeship program that we will co-design. Here we have a partnership that will not only benefit young people in the All-Stars, but it will also create a model that can be used by other corporate partners. That's such a key pathway to impact and growth. The third phone call, remember, good things come in threes, came from Vice President and New Jersey City Leader Shade McDaniel. Shade said that the New York Jets have decided to give a contribution of $250,000 to All-Stars. As part of their efforts to raise up an agenda for social justice, the Jets wanted to reward and promote our groundbreaking work in police-community relations. Our work in this arena is long-term, beginning 15 years ago when our co-founder, Dr. Lenore Filani, created Operation Conversation, Cops and Kids. It's the award-winning police community relations program we developed with NYPD and the Newark Police Department. As part of our Operation Conversation approach, I have had the privilege of working with Vice President and Dallas City Leader Antoine Joyce to create a new program which addresses the social and racial divides in America. So good things can come in threes, but they don't come by chance. None of this would be possible without all of you. I thank you for that. And why are we here tonight? To celebrate and congratulate our 3 incredible honorees. They make us so proud. Stratton and Debbie Horace and John Saracino. The depth of your commitment and generosity is inspiring. I am proud to stand with them and to stand with all of you.
Thank you, Gabrielle. You know, some of our young people are standing with the All-Stars through song, dance, theater, poetry, and more. And I am pumped to introduce 2 awesome young performers to you now. First, let's give it up for a poet from Dallas, Texas, 18-year-old Jesus San Miguel.
My parents always used to say, stand and deliver. I used to think that simply meant take orders. Now I know what it means, but I'm not delivering what I'm told. I'm delivering my heart, I'm delivering my passion, I'm delivering my soul. I'm delivering what I've built, what I've created. I'm delivering my community as a whole. I'm delivering opportunities that seem impossible, opportunities that are worth fighting for. And now I stand. I stand when I'm weary, I stand when I'm scared, I stand because I have a chip on my shoulder. And when I struggle, I look around and ask why I'm doing this. And then it hits me late at night because I have responsibility. I stand tall and I stand proud. I'm Jesus San Miguel and I stand and deliver.
Yes, thank you, Jesus. And now, Let's hear it for a singer from Union, New Jersey, 9-year-old Brianna Cameron. Yes, that was fantastic, Brianna. Let's give it up for Jesus and Brianna. Give them some more love. Come on now. Alongside our youth development programs, the All-Stars Project and its supporters have invested in a set of activities, conversations, writing, and research to advance and further shape after school as a field and as a game-changing strategy for social transformation in America. Tonight, we are pleased to celebrate a decade of building after-school development by recognizing the grassroots and nonprofit leaders on the ground who are partnering to make growth and development the priority for our youth and communities. Through the after-school development conferences and working groups convened by the All-Stars Project, hundreds of frontline practitioners and leaders from after-school, youth development, education, and community-based organizations across the country engage with thought leaders, build grassroots conversations, and promote new ideas, research, and collaborations to bring more development into the lives of the youth and communities they touch. The All-Stars is proud to work with and learn from so many committed individuals. Tonight, we are thrilled to recognize 5 extraordinary partners who embody this work on the ground in their cities. To introduce them, please welcome Chicago After School Development Working Group member Orlando Caesar. Born and raised on both the west and south sides of Chicago, he is a motivational speaker, founder of the leadership development firm Watchwell Communications, former senior director of diversity for AstraZeneca, and longtime youth and community leader. Please welcome Orlando Caesar.
Thank you, John, for this meaningful award. I am proud to represent members of our after-school development community in Chicago. Over the past 5 years, my involvement in the working group has given me an environment to strengthen my work and impact with young people and adults. It has helped me see that when young people are stuck or having challenges, what they need is development, and I can help to ignite that. In particular, I have come to appreciate the power of performance in creating a level playing field that supports people who are very different from each other to grow and create together. There are not many opportunities for collaboration among after-school nonprofits. At times, there's even competition for funding and youth participants. My colleagues and I appreciate that All Stars is a leading effort that prioritizes creating collaboration among practitioners. This activity helps all of us to do more and better for our kids. Like me, The four people you are about to meet represent hundreds of youth and after-school advocates in their cities. I am pleased to shine a light on them. Dr. Tiffany Brown is professor in the Family and Consumer Sciences Department at California State University, Long Beach. Dr. Brown became an active builder of the after-school development movement while teaching at Montclair State University in New Jersey, where she supervised undergraduate students doing internships and after-school development at the All-Stars Project. Now on the West Coast, she remains an active collaborator, most recently partnering to consider the impact of the SMU study for the field. Sergio Garcia is Senior Manager of Learning Systems at Big Thought, one of the premier outside-of-school learning organizations in Dallas. Sergio describes himself as a creative person who wants to be a part of something bigger and to use art and education to empower and affect change. He is an active builder and leader in the Dallas After School Development Working Group. Dr. Kerry Loebman is an associate professor of education at the Graduate School of Education at Rutgers University and a nationally recognized expert on the importance of performance and play in learning and development. A member of the All-Stars Project Board of Directors, she has been a leader in designing and teaching courses, workshops, and conversations in after-school development for practitioners in our working groups around the country. Jessica Nunez is Youth Program Manager for the Newark Museum, one of the city's most beloved cultural institutions. Under her leadership, the program received the National Arts and Humanities Youth Development Award in 2017. A big believer in the power of performance, Jessica is a dedicated and active participant in our after-school development working group and a strong advocate for innovative programming for young people. On behalf of Jessica, Kerry, Sergio, and Tiffany, and the hundreds of frontline after-school leaders and advocates we represent, I want to express my personal thank you to the business and philanthropic supporters of the All-Stars Project here tonight. You not only support the young people reached by the All-Stars Project, but you are also supporting the thousands of young people and families all of us in the after-school development movement work with each day. Thank you.
Thank you, Orlando, and all of our after-school development partners across the country. One of the best parts about hosting, honestly, is I get to introduce just some of the youth who are doing extraordinary things every day across this country. So let's give it up for one of these young leaders, Giselle Thomas from Brooklyn, New York.
Hello, everyone. I'm Giselle Thomas. I'm 20 years old and I live in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. In my neighborhood, there are homeless shelters and just trash everywhere. I often hear gunshots, so I don't feel safe being out at night. Guys hang out by our buildings, smoking and drinking, and I'm afraid of being followed or even worse. Growing up, my social anxiety was severe and I was struggling to make meaningful connections. When you live in poverty and fear, you just don't have the energy to question your circumstances. You are focused on keeping the lights on and putting food on the table. Getting through the day is the priority. When my friend shared her experiences with the All-Stars and the Development School for Youth, like interning at Microsoft and meeting new people, I was very interested. Even though I was still afraid, hearing my friend's positive experience gave me the confidence to give it a try. The DSY taught me that I could ask questions, take risks, make mistakes, and rely upon the power of my ensemble if I needed anything. We have each other's backs, and when I was offered an internship at New York Life Insurance, I felt guilty that I was getting this opportunity and other people in my community were not. What helped me say yes was learning how to perform curiosity and telling more young people about the DSY and the All-Stars. I was still afraid of making mistakes, but having the All-Stars team behind me every step of the way and a supportive supervisor giving me positive feedback helped me through. Throughout the DSY and my internship, I saw myself grow. I embraced learning and trying new things and was becoming so much more confident. I was accepted to Kaiser University for biomedical sciences and was creating a new path for myself. Then the pandemic hit, and it changed everything. My father had to quit work to care for my grandmother with underlying health conditions. I was stuck in Florida trying to finish out the semester, unable to fly home, worried about their health, my health, and if they even had enough food to eat. I finished off the college semester as strong as I could and focused on staying home afterwards. I was devastated and scared. Then the All-Stars reached out about a DSY summer internship at Viacom CBS this past summer, and I finally saw hope again. I saw another opportunity to nurture my growth, creativity, and support my family. And after a successful internship, I was accepted into the inaugural All-Stars project Viacom CBS apprenticeship that Gabrielle mentioned earlier. I'm excited to be working all year at the company and getting rotational experience. After that, 5 of my DSY alumni peers and I will be first in line for full-time opportunities. So I would like to give a special shout out to the Viacom CBS team. Having the opportunity to be a part of the All-Stars project has led me to places I could never have imagined. And I know that this is only the beginning. To our supporters, thank you for making these internships possible. And to the All-Stars, thank you for giving young people like me opportunities and showing us how to say yes to them with confidence. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Giselle, for sharing your story. Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Horn, Associate Director of the All-Stars Project of Chicago. I've been an All-Star now for almost 10 years, and I've worn many hats over the years, first in New York and now here in Chicago. It's been truly life-changing to get to work with so many incredible young people, just like Giselle, through our programs, as well as the caring adults in Chicago and across the country who are their partners in growth.
And I'm Pat Delgado, All-Star Senior Director of Corporate and Foundation Relations. I've been an All-Star for 6 years, and growing up in an inner-city community like many of the young people in our programs, I have a unique understanding of the many challenges they face, as well as what works. I've worked directly with our young people in our All-Stars programs, and in my current role, I get to build partnerships and funding that make our programs entirely free of charge for all. I'm proud to be your National Sales Director for tonight's event and appreciate all of your support.
Pat and I are so excited to be joining you live today from our living rooms, dressed in our finest, well, at least from the waist up. And Pat, I just have to say, John Rankin is definitely still the king of bow tie and costume changes, but I hope he's ready for some friendly competition because I think you are looking pretty sharp tonight, my friend.
Appreciate that, Lauren Horn. So are you. I think we're coming for the king, King John.
Well, bow ties and joking aside, Pat and I are here to ask you to get involved. You've now heard from young people, community leaders, and alumni what it means to stand with All-Stars. And we want to invite you to continue to invest in the development of young people and in the field of developmental after-school programming. Our goal here tonight is to raise $2 million in private support. And we're nearly at our goal, but we need your help to raise another $50,000 here in this room tonight to reach our goal and fund our incredible fall programs. So Pat and I want to ask you to make a contribution to All-Stars right now and help us blow that goal out of the water. To pledge, you can send a text to 970-840-9000, and in the message, write ASP, a space, the amount you'd like to give, another space, and then your name. And you can include a short message if you'd like. I know it's a lot, so I'm going to read it again, and it's right here on the screen. But to pledge, please send a text to 970-840-9000, and in the message, write ASP, a space, the amount you'd like to give, another space, and then your name.
Lauren and I want to take a moment to give a big thank you to our amazing leaders who made this event a big success. 25 All-Stars champions came together to make a statement about the importance of after-school development for our underserved youth, including our honorees, Debbie and Stratton Horace and John Saracino, as well as our amazing co-chairs and event committee leaders from around the country. We are proud to see so much support from the real estate and construction, insurance, financial services, accounting, media and tech industries, and so many more, along with support from All-Stars friends and champions from New York City, New Jersey, Chicago, Dallas, and the San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you for making tonight a success and for your passionate support of our young people.
So as you see, we've got a Fundometer going right here. And once you text that number, again, it's right here above me, and make your gift, you'll be able to see your name come up right here. And I see we actually have a lot of gifts coming in already. My goodness, thank you, Sandy and Emily. How generous. The Altman family, Mark Davidson. This is amazing. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. And the good news is tonight there is no minimum or maximum to give. However, just $76 sponsors one young person in our programs. $1,000 makes you a member of our Leadership Giving Circle. And for $5,000, you'll sponsor an entire virtual workshop.
That's right. And as you said, the gifts are coming in. I saw New York board member Mark Davidson. I see New York DSY trustee Mike Weswick, Andy Moss, longtime friend and volunteer of the All-Stars as well. Really appreciate you. CEO Gabrielle Kerlander. That's fantastic. We really appreciate all of these leadership gifts. And whoa, I just see Margot Cook and Renee Cohen. Margot Cook, national and Chicago board member. Thank you so much. This is really fantastic support, and we're nearly to our goal. That's fantastic. And this continues, and let's keep the gifts coming because this continues to be a hard time for young people and communities across the country. But as you see, the All-Stars is going big, and we're being bold when it comes to providing young people with growth and stability through a time of big changes in their lives. So we appreciate all of you for making this possible. Thank you, and now back to John.
Hey, congratulations, everyone. Please keep those pledges coming in. Big shout out to Lauren and Pat on those bow ties. There's plenty of room at the top. I'd love to have you with us. And everybody out there watching, send in some pics of your bow ties too, because we're a bow tie loving organization around here. Now, I know you've all been busy posting on social media because I see them coming in. And I've heard we have a few partners hosting viewing parties across the country. So why don't we check in with some of y'all and see what's going on? Let's see here. I see Mike88 has got a beautiful picture. I think that's him and his daughter standing with All-Stars. Thank you for continuing to create innovative virtual programs that focus on youth development and engaging with the communities. All right. Oh, man, I see some people coming in. Silk Anderson, Texas is in the house. I'm so proud to stand with All-Stars tonight. Marty Allen, you're the best All-Star. I stand with All-Stars. Marty, thank you so much. Chloe Edwards, happy to join the Changemakers at the All-Stars Project tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. And since we've become so good at multitasking during the pandemic, let's keep those texts coming in. All right? Hold on. We got some more things coming through. I'm going to take a look at this. We got the watch party going on in Dallas right now. Oh, it's packed up in there. You got some hors d'oeuvres and everything. All right, Chloe, I see you. I see you doing your thing right now. All right. Yes, Ryan says. Yes, sing. Go ahead, Brianna. Go ahead. I see this watch party going on right now. I'm sorry. I'm about to get off on a tangent watching all these things because y'all doing the damn thing. Y'all look great. Y'all look amazing. All right, here we go. So, if you're online, get on your phone, start texting, and reminder that we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, and please put in the hashtag #IStandWithAllStars to help spread the word about all the amazing work that we're doing and see your gift shown. Now, back to the Fundometer. All right, Sabrina Guthrie, $76. Thank you so much. Richard Socolo, $1,000. Really appreciate your support, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Camille Kurtz, $500. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Let's keep all of these gifts and donations coming in. And we're going to take a look at one more. Deidre Shear, $200. Thank you so much. These are amazing, amazing gifts. Now, we're going to check in later with the Fundometer in just a moment to see more of our progress. But for now, we're going to move on to our first honoree, one of our first distinguished honorees, Stratton and Debbie Horace. Here to tell us why they are more than deserving of this recognition are All-Stars youth leader, Clara Oreno, and All-Stars vice president and city leader of Dallas, Antoine Joyce.
Hello, my name is Clara Oreno. I am 18 years old. I live in West Dallas and currently a freshman at the University of North Texas at Dallas. I joined the All-Stars Project Development School for Youth in 2019. And after graduating, I was placed in a summer internship at the Wilson Elster Law Firm through the support of Debbie and Stratton Horace. I remember the first time I met Stratton at a luncheon with my mother. She was so excited to join me at the Bank of America Plaza, all the way to the 68th floor. We have never been anywhere so high class. When I had my first conversation with Stratton, I remember feeling so nervous. I was in a room full of people with lots of college degrees. I felt so intimidated. But Stratton took the time to ask me how my internship was going. It put me at ease. I knew he cared just by him asking how I was doing. Near the end of my internship, my cousin who lived in Guatemala was brutally murdered. The authorities knew who the killer was, but because of various connections with dangerous people, he was not prosecuted. My supervisor at Wilson Elster and the other attorneys were so supportive of me and everything I was going through. Their concern for me meant a lot. This tragic event, combined with my internship experience, led me to major in criminal justice and it helps to pursue a career in this field. I want to help families not feel useless like I did and find the answers they're looking for. Because of the All-Stars, I have found my passion and purpose. I know that Debbie and Stratton have been such a big part of the growth of All-Stars in Dallas. And as someone who's grown so much from this program, I have deep appreciation for them. Please join me in congratulating them both for their impact on the lives of many Dallas young people, and specifically my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. So good to see you. And thank you for sharing that with us. You're such a great leader. I appreciate you so much. And hello to all the All-Stars from around the country. How we doing, All-Stars? So when COVID-19 hit, everyone in Dallas and across the country worked overtime to successfully move onto digital and virtual platforms. We're doing that right now. And we were and are committed to making sure that kids in poor and under-resourced communities were able to creatively navigate the moment, stay connected to caring adults invested in their future, and to stay emotionally healthy while developing through it all. And see, the All-Stars, we would not be here today without business and philanthropic leaders who are stepping up to champion our programs and our approach. But few of our champions have been as passionate or as hands-on as Stratton and Debbie Horace, my peoples. As everyone who runs a nonprofit knows, it's rare to find partners who embrace your mission, not only with just generosity, but also with vision. But Stratton and Debbie, they've been doing just that with youth serving organizations across Dallas for decades. So let me tell you about Stratton. When we first met Stratton in 2018, he was on his way to New York City to attend our national gala at Lincoln Center. And as soon as he returned to Dallas, I received a long and impassioned email from Stratton about how much that impact of the experience has played on him. So we invited him to attend our Development School for Youth orientation, which he said yes. And as they say, the rest is All Stars history. Stratton is such a great leader, and it's a tribute to his leadership that everyone at his company, Wilson Elser, has embraced the All Stars with so much warmth and enthusiasm. They love our young people. They host these beautiful workshops, and they give the best taco bar our kids are still raving about. Just saying. But of course, the best part about our partnership with Stratton is his partnership with Debbie, who has spent much of her adult life making sure young people in Dallas have access to the best and most innovative learning opportunities available. As a former executive director of the Today Foundation in Dallas, she was and continues to be a big believer in the power of mentorship and jumps at every possibility and opportunity to work one-on-one with our young people. And let me tell you, they love working with her too. So, as anyone who has worked with this dynamic duo will tell you, they always do what they say they're going to do. Whether you ask them to be a development coach, whether it's to sponsor internships, whether it's to host a workshop, introduce you to their friends, some of them are famous, to their colleagues, Stratton and Debbie are always available and always ready to do all they can to develop the next generation of leaders and change makers in Dallas. So everybody, I need you to join me. Stand up, get on your feet, give them a round of applause, give them a warm welcome to my friends, Stratton and Debbie Horace. Let's hear it for them. Yeah.
They're just phenomenal people, and anything they're involved in, you know it's going to be good, you know it's going to be impactful, and you're going to make a difference. So I'm just happy to be a part of the All-Star.
They've been very visible in the community in the kinds of projects that they've undertaken.
They're giving, they're kind, they're generous, they're loyal, and they're great friends.
The Dallas All-Star Project is just one of the things they've done so well, sharing their lives, sharing their knowledge, sharing their wealth, and sharing their wisdom.
They use their time, their energy, and their resources to uplift people, and especially youth. And I think that's an amazing cause to champion, and they do it so well.
They're bringing together a lot of diverse group of people, and so I just want to thank them for having that fortitude and being able to do that.
Cecilia and I cannot thank you enough for introducing us to the All-Stars transformational programs. You and Debbie have done so much to help this organization be successful.
That's the part that makes them unique, is that they're always looking for an opportunity to serve someone. And you can't help but connect with that.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Antoine and Clara, for that very warm introduction. And thank you, All-Stars, and to Ron and Jan Taylor, and to all of our friends and colleagues who are a part of this very special evening. When Debbie and I first met All-Stars and Development School for Youth about 3 years ago now, we weren't looking to become involved with another organization. Quite the contrary, we'd both been and had the privilege of supporting, and in Debbie's case, leading some of the city's best and finest youth programs. But we chose All-Stars because we believe in everything that they stand for and are doing in Dallas and across this great country of ours.
Our reasons for standing with All-Stars continues to grow, but we'll focus on 3, as all of the volunteers and supporters here tonight who have worked with All-Stars may have already experienced.
The impact. All-Stars and the Development School for Youth really do transform the young people whose lives they reach and touch. You know a kid from the All-Stars the very second you meet with them. They look you squarely in the eye, they firmly shake your hand, They ask you your name and what you do, and then they listen to your response, what you have to say with both curiosity and confidence.
The reach. All Stars reaches and involves thousands and thousands of young people and adults in something unlike they've ever been involved with before. They're not only given a hand up, but a seat at the table and an opportunity to grow as leaders who I have no doubt will make a difference in all of our lives.
The bridge building. The opening video was an important reminder of how much we need unity in a divided world and healing in a world full of hurt, and of how much we need programs like the All-Stars and what they are building, one hand to another, bridges that are long and strong enough to span even the widest of gulfs.
So thank you again to the All-Stars for giving us and so many others some powerful ways to give back as much as we have been given.
And I'd like to thank also my firm, Wilson Elser, Moskowitz, Edelman, and Dicker, for all of its support and embracing the All-Stars. I'd like to conclude with a quote from a Roman emperor and philosopher who's near and dear to my heart, Marcus Aurelius, who famously said, "It's up to you, and now it's up to all of us to make sure there's a brighter future." And we can think of no more impactful way of doing this than standing with the All-Stars. Thank you all.
Wow, you are all so generous. You all have given over, hold on, I'm checking the fundometer right now. What's the number? $59,552. Amazing. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. We want to keep this going because every dollar grows the reach of our free of charge programs for kids. So right now, live, we're increasing our goal to $75,000 and keep your wonderful gifts coming. This is fantastic. Congratulations, Stratton and Debbie, and thank you for all that you give. Now, here to shine a well-deserved light on our final honoree, John Saracino, our All-Stars youth leader, Obi Madochukwu, and ASP Vice President and City Leader of New Jersey, Shade McDaniel.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Obi Madochukwu, and I am 22 years of age. I am a graduate from NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, and I graduated also from the All-Stars Development School for Youth. And I'm so excited tonight because I'll be presenting this award to John Saracino. This year, during that summer 2021, I was placed in the internship at Onyx Equities right here in Newark. One of the only few in-person internship this year. During my time at Onyx, I learned many things. In Newark, we do not speak to people you do not know. It's just not something we do. You mind your business and you keep your head down. That's just how you stay safe. But during the internship, it was very different because people were coming to me and saying hi and introducing me to people that I may not even have a clue who they were. That's just something different. Another thing I learned about John was he was a very busy man. Every time I saw him, he would be on his headset having what looked like a very important meetings and calls. But one day, I was eating my lunch in the conference room and I saw John in his headset doing what he does best. And I tried my best to stay out the way. But he saw me and we made eye contact and he started walking towards me. I was nervous thinking, I hope he's not gonna need this room or something. But John hung up his call and came into the conference room just to sit down and chill and talk during my lunch break, asking me questions and relating to me just like everybody else. John was a very busy man who decided I was important enough to take a moment to connect with me. And I'll never forget that day because it changed the way I understood the working world. And I know definitely there's a lot of people out there like John. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it.
Obi, those are such beautiful, heartfelt words. Wow. Hello to All-Stars all around the country. I am so excited and honored to be joining you tonight live from Onyx Equities, headquartered in downtown Newark. I'm here to introduce our dear friend, John Saracino. We're having a watch party and celebration at the newly renovated Gateway Center. I cannot believe it's only been 3 years since I first met John. It feels like we've known each other a lot longer. I think that's because once John decides to do something, he and his team at Onyx go full tilt, and they're not afraid to be big and bold. When John bought the Gateway Center, which has a long and troubled history with the city, he did that with a commitment to building a better, more inclusive, and more equitable Newark. And believe me, as someone who shares this vision, I know how much bigness and boldness is gonna take. I also know how much heart it takes. And I can tell you that John's is the size of New Jersey. As one of the state's most powerful business leaders, he's deeply committed to changing the lives of young people growing up in poverty by making sure they're exposed to the world outside their communities. Ever since the team at Onyx got involved with our programs and John joined our New Jersey board, they have been all in. I mean, leading workshops, sponsoring interns, advocating on our behalf, and bringing in over $1 million. John works overtime to make sure everyone is seen and respected, but he cannot stand being in the spotlight. I remember when I first told John that we would like to honor him at this benefit, there was a lot of kicking and screaming before he agreed, but he eventually did so because he and his team live and breathe the All-Stars mission. And they're very serious about being a part of the change in Newark, the change in New Jersey, and the change in America. Fortunately for the All-Stars and our young people, and for the city we both love, they are doing an incredible job. So please join me in welcoming my friend and All-Stars champion extraordinaire, John Saracino.
Thank you, Obi and Sade, for those kind introductions. And a special thank you to my friends and colleagues who gave so generously in support of tonight's celebration. Whenever I talk about the All-Stars, I first talk about Sade and our brilliant team, or a big part of why I became an All-Star in 2018. Then I speak about the kids who have the courage to be involved in what can be a pretty challenging experience for them. I admire their energy, commitment, and willingness to be vulnerable, or as we say in our office, to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. When Onyx moved our offices to Newark, it was important to find a community organization with which we could make a meaningful connection. I have 3 sons about the same age as the interns we sponsor, and I've seen how important it was for them to have adult mentors in their lives. So we looked for an organization that worked with high school, early college age kids who needed a break. After sitting down with Sade, I was hooked. Since then, my involvement has become so much more than philanthropy. The All-Stars is now an extension of my company and my team, and I look forward to continuing to help expand their footprint within the business community. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Newark, the Gateway Center was designed to ensure that the mostly upper middle class and non-minority people who worked in the city were protected from the residents of Newark. The insiders stayed inside and the outsiders stayed outside. We bought it knowing that this had to change. So we're working with the All-Stars and other partners on creating an integrated space that belongs to everyone. That's why I wanted this segment to be broadcast, yes, live from the Gateway, and why I'm standing with the All-Stars. So thank you again for this honor, and for making it possible for me and so many others to make a difference. Now, Mr. Fundameter, I am proud to announce that tonight's celebration, including the generous gifts, pledges you have all made tonight, has raised a total of $2.1 million for our benefit campaign. Thank you for your generosity, and keep your gifts coming so that All-Stars can reach more young people with their free programs. And remember, it's not just about the money. You can also get involved with your time. That's part of what I love about being an All-Star, this involvement approach to philanthropy. Onyx has sponsored interns every year, even virtually, and many of our employees participate actively and directly in the programs, providing development and growth to our youth. And believe me, you'll get back even more than you give.
Wow. Thank you, John. So join All Stars as a volunteer, either personally or through your own company. We need hundreds of adults like John and other volunteers to coach young people one-on-one or support programs which provide resume building skills, personal interview skills, and much more. Please visit allstars.org/get involved to learn how. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Stratton and Debbie and all the amazing All-Stars partners who are growing every day. This link will continue to be live so that anyone who watches after tonight can also join the fun. But for now, we want to celebrate our success, and there's no better way to do that than with our amazing young people. So please welcome back our girl, New Jersey's own Brianna Cameron.
Thank you so much, All-Stars. We love you.
I'm speechless. Brianna, you brought the house down. You brought the whole country. That was amazing. What? I'm trying to go to New Jersey right now. I'm trying to get that autograph. You are amazing. Congratulations to all of our young performers. Congratulations to our honorees. Everybody, you did an amazing job. Shout out to the production team. Y'all are so wonderful. Thank everyone for coming out tonight. We hope to see you again next year live and in person. But in the meantime, keep standing with All Stars and take care. Be safe. Good night, everybody. Woo! We did it! Yeah!